Hi, chemistry. Honestly, GCSE chemistry was so hard for me at one point. I do chemistry for A-level now, I'm on AQA, but I remember I used to hate chemistry so much. Like, chemistry was my worst subject. I hated that subject. But with these tips I'm going to share today, it made me love chemistry. And at one point I even wanted to do it as a degree. I do actually want to do biology as a degree right now, but that doesn't mean I hate chemistry. I still love chemistry. Still a good subject. Very interesting as well. Hi guys, welcome to this video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips for GCSE chemistry. So as I mentioned, chemistry is quite a hard subject. Like GCSE or A-level, it's a very hard subject for the people taking it. If you want to succeed in GCSE chemistry, watch this whole video because I have some good tips. My first tip is one of the most important tips I will ever give you, and that is to do exam questions. Yes, you might know the content for a certain topic, but if you don't do those exam questions for that topic, you will not be getting full marks for that topic, I guarantee you. Because with chemistry, the examiners always have a way of rewording questions so it makes you feel like you haven't learned that content, but you have. They're doing it on purpose to try and trick you. Because if they don't do it, so many people are going to be getting those top grades. Because trust me, I might think I know about, I don't know, fractional distillation, but they will purposely word stuff so it's very different to what you've learned, but it is the same thing. You just have to apply that knowledge correctly. Trust me, exam questions, the more you do, the better you get. I'm doing A-level chemistry right now, and even with that, the more exam questions I do, the more I do better in my exams and my mocks. But yeah, with GCSE chemistry, the papers tend to be quite similar every year, and some questions will always come up. Some topics always come up in those exam papers every single year. But yeah, do those past papers. They are so useful. I cannot stress enough how useful they are. For exam questions, the best website is Physics and Maths Tutor, because they give you the exam paper and they also give you the mark scheme for that exam paper, so you can mark it at home by yourself instead of getting a teacher to do it. They also do random exam questions into one bundle for each different topic. For example, if I don't know about equilibrium, they do loads of equilibrium questions from the year maybe 2015 onwards. You could do every equilibrium question they've ever had on those exam papers. Honestly, it's so useful. Do not ever not listen to that advice. That is the best piece of advice I can give you for GCSE chemistry. And mainly every other subject you do at GCSE, exam questions are the main way you're going to succeed. But may I add, know the content before you do the exam questions, because there's no point doing an exam question on content you don't know. You have to learn it. Next is to make flashcards on key definitions. For example, what is a compound? Write on a flashcard, and on the other side, write down the answer. But make sure that these flashcards are written in terms of how the specification words these definitions. And then make sure you test yourself on these flashcards, because I know so many people, including myself a lot of the time, that make flashcards but don't actually use them. I make flashcards all the time, but sometimes I don't actually use them, and there's no point wasting your time. Don't make them pretty as well. So many people are highlighting stuff, drawing little diagrams on it. They're all pretty, but if you're not going to use it, there's no point making them. The next one is a big thing that people just don't think about, and that is knowing how to read the periodic table. I know it might seem easy to some people, but some people don't actually learn how to use that periodic table. And in like 50% of questions, you will need to know how to use a periodic table. It's so important to know how to read a periodic table. I cannot stress that enough. Do not ever go into an exam knowing that you can't read a periodic table. That is the worst thing you can do, because you need that periodic table for a lot of questions. But yeah, the next tip is to become confident at maths. If you like it or not, chemistry is a lot of maths, and you need to be confident at maths in order to really succeed in chemistry. For example, you need to be calculating volumes, concentrations, titers. You need to be calculating moles, mass, MR. You need to be calculating equilibrium as well. It's just such an important thing you need to know for your GCSEs. And if you're not confident at maths, then honestly, I recommend you really get confident at maths for your GCSEs. CGP books are really good. You can get like CGP books, and it's like essential math skills in GCSE chemistry. I know they do them for A-level, and I'm like 99% sure they do them for GCSE. So make sure you just search up GCSE chemistry maths questions, and it'll come up with a book, and like it will show you how to do every single maths sort of like topic in chemistry, and they are like so useful because trust me, so many questions of GCSE chemistry will involve maths. With biology, for example, a lot of biology is more like content and just blurting out onto a piece of paper how much content there is when you do exams. Chemistry, a lot of it will be, they give you a number, they give you a few more other numbers, you have to work something out. Honestly, maths is so important in chemistry. I cannot stress this to you enough. Do your maths. So yeah, as I was mentioning CGP books, this actually brings me on to my next tip. Use CGP books for memorising content. So yeah, you can get maths books for GCSE Chemistry, CGP books, but you can also get content books for GCSE Chemistry that are written by the CGP. Yeah, CGP actually write exam board specific books based on every single GCSE topic and subject you can think of. My next tip is to use YouTube. If you are a visual learner, use YouTube to learn GCSE Chemistry. There are so many amazing YouTubers out there that teach GCSE Chemistry, and honestly, YouTube is the best place to learn GCSE Chemistry, other than school, obviously. YouTubers like Primrose Kitten, Free Science Lessons, Kignito, they are like the best YouTubers you can go to learn GCSE Chemistry. Honestly, couldn't recommend them enough. After all this, after you've learned all the content, do some exam questions like I said. This one's another one that people tend to not do, but it's really important, and that is to do your homework. Homework is so important. The teachers normally give you exam questions for your homework. That's basically like doing an exam paper. It's just a shorter one. Do your homework. It's so important because then your teachers will know your strengths and weaknesses and can accommodate your homework in future for those strengths and weaknesses. This one kind of relates to the point that I just made, and that's to communicate with your teachers. If you have any mocks coming up, maybe communicate with your teachers. Just be like, Miss, Sir, have we got any mocks coming up? Because then you'll have the date for those mocks and you'll be prepared and you can revise before then. Because in a lot of schools, people have told me where they get announced that they'll have mocks like a week or two before. But if you know at the beginning of the year, you have that whole year to revise for those mocks and you will do well in them. Yeah, communicate with your teachers because they're paid to help you and they want to help you. But yeah, that's everything for this video. I really hope you do well in GCSE Chemistry. If you're here watching this video, you most likely want to do well, and you will do well because you are putting that motivation and dedication into becoming a great student at GCSE Chemistry. Yeah, I really hope this video helps. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.